Hello, Anchor. Welcome to The Great Everything, your source for cultural discoveries and philosophical musings. I'm Patrick, and I sometimes wonder if I could be someone else. You ever get that feeling like, oh, I'm so lucky? I do. I have a great life. Sure, I've got problems, and some of them are serious, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm doing comparatively well. At times, I feel genuinely thankful for having been born here in the West instead of Darfur, and at the richest and healthiest and most progressive and most prosperous time in human history. Just the other week I was on a 4-hour bus ride from Saigon to the Mekong Delta, dingy as fuck, but the bus had Wi-Fi. What? Amazing times. So of course I'm thankful that I'm me, here and now, and not somebody else, there and then. But should I be? Let me unpack that. For me to be thankful implies that I believe that it is possible, at least conceivable, that I could have been somebody else. Like I could have been the mother or father of that Syrian child who drowned. Totally different life, totally different experience. But could I have been one of those two people? Could any of us have been anyone else than what we are? Because if you think about it, it's really hard to imagine, right? Try thinking of yourself as somebody else. You're still you, right? Yes, maybe your face, your appearance, your circumstances, your wealth have changed, but underneath all these changes, it's still you, right? Looking out like through a mask, saying, whoa, this is trippy. But actually being somebody else is impossible to imagine. Because the point of view from which you imagine is you and nobody else. The question is self, could you be somebody else, implies you in it. Could you be somebody else? So no, you could never and can never be or imagine to be somebody else. The total experience called Patrick is defined by being Patrick's only. And it is also the only experience that is available to Patrick. But who is then having this subjective experience called Patrick? Well, I am. And here's a point I find interesting. We always feel like we are a separate I or self experiencing our lives. Like me and the experience are separate. Me is who I am, and the experience is what happens to me. That's why we think stuff like, if I were a different person. Because we think our experience is like a suit we can take off or wear. So you change the experience, you change the suit, and voila, now you're someone completely different. But try this. What if all you are is the experience of you? What if there is no you behind the experience, and all there is the experience that responds to this word, you? Seems to make sense, right? The self is an illusion, that's what Buddha tells us, and a bunch of philosophers and neuroscientists. If all you are is the experience and there's no separate self to which the experience happens, that would explain why you could never be anyone else, and why it's so hard to even imagine the world from the point of view of somebody else. So try it on. Close your eyes and focus on the sounds around you, or on your breathing, on the feel of things touching your body, and the thoughts arising in your consciousness. And consider that maybe that is all that you are, like a channel constantly streaming experience. And from bits of that experience, which you call memories, appearance, preferences, you fabricated this illusional alter ego called you.